It's a short story which completely backs up why your girl, and especially your wife, should not have any guy friends, especially their exes. There should be no talking to them, hanging out with them, none of that. Otherwise, it could blow up in your face. And this guy here is now realizing the mistakes that he's made. However, he does realize it and he's now ready to end it. Titled, Wife and Ex Not Done. He says, I'm 42 years old. I've been married for 19 years to my wife, a 42-year-old female. She keeps in touch with her ex-boyfriend, who was her first. Smack! And you shouldn't have allowed that. They've known each other since high school. He's a blue-collar guy and has had several run-ins with the law. Shocker, the bad boy. They lost contact when she went to college. I met her in college, we dated our senior year exclusively, and we're married after college. Smack! So obviously you didn't know each other that long and you got married. Why'd you do that? We moved to her hometown after college and things were good. She later tells me that he showed up to our wedding unannounced. But I didn't find about this until years later. She didn't tell you? There's a reason she didn't tell you, because she was having second thoughts. I'd tell you everything. She reluctantly told me about his wedding pop-up and did say that he was the first person she saw when the church doors opened. She said she saw the tears in his eyes as she walked down the aisle. Oh, for God's sakes. You want to talk about inappropriate here? The bad boy in and out of her life, blah, blah, blah. Well, she claims they hadn't communicated for 6 months or so prior to our getting married. But I doubt that. We move away from her hometown and they get back into contact, and I don't mind since we were happily married with a kid, and she mentioned him reaching out to see how she was. No big deal. Smack, smack, smack. What the hell is the matter with you or past you? He's her ex. She's still talking to him. He shows up at your wedding, she doesn't tell you, and then later on, you now know she's talking to him? Let me guess. Because you want to be that controlling husband or come across as insecure. Her actions say everything. She can't let go of this guy. She probably knew this guy wouldn't be relationship marriage material. You're relationship marriage material. You pay the bills, you provide the good social setting, all that. Meanwhile, she has her fun with him. What do you think she's doing? I later on find out that she's been calling and texting him for years. Like over 15 years, pretty much every single day. How naive can you be? She says they are just friends, but I've read their texts and they are definitely more than friends. Why aren't you ending it with her? For heaven's sake. She went back to her parents to visit this summer, and I know they've been together on dates. He visits the town where we live in, and I'm certain that they hook up. What do you think they're doing? Freaking getting together in the park and playing chess with all the old guys? Of course they're hooking up. He's obviously ending this, guys, but God almighty. I found out that she was tested for an STD a couple years ago. I'm not screwing around with her anymore. And she said that the doctor tested her without her consent, and she was having issues after a hysterectomy. I'm not a woman, nor a medical professional, but I don't think the doctor would test for an STD unless there was a reason. If I'm wrong, please let me know. The results were negative, by the way. Well, that's good. I'd like to know just how often he and her hook up. Probably not a lot. And I'm not a doctor either, but I would imagine any testing would have to require consent. Their emotional or more affair has been going on for years. We have a child, and I'm only hanging on due to the kid. My child will be 18 years soon, and I'm pretty certain I need to make a change. You think? What do you mean pretty certain? More like 100,000% certain. And why wait to the 18th birthday? You can spend a good year, gathering evidence to show your child and preparing for war, because they're going to be at war. But start getting the wheels turning. I asked her if she is still in love with him the other day, and she said yes. And she's never known anybody to give her unconditional love like him. He's not giving her unconditional love. This bonehead here telling the story is giving her unconditional love. She's flat out telling you she's in love with him. Her actions show she doesn't love you. End it now. He is single, never married. Surprise, surprise. And constantly tells her how he knows he messed up with her and that he loves her. I told her he manipulates her emotionally, but she doesn't see it that way. They never see it that way. They never see the bad boys manipulating them. In and out of run-ins with the law and things like that. Come on here. You know darn well the second this gets real and they divorce and she goes off with him, she's toast. When I found out that he was arrested 2 years ago, not far from her residence, she literally broke down into tears. She bailed him out before, prior to us getting married, and I'm sure she was planning on bailing him out again. She claims his family got him out. I'm not sure I'm holding on to what is left of this marriage other than I love my kid. Should I be making plans to exit? Dude, you really have to ask that question. She's not changing, and neither is he. I think she wants me to say I want out so she can look like she's the one who, like I'm the one who's the bad guy. That is definitely a truthful thing, because then she can go around telling people. My God. So you see, gentlemen, no guy friends, no hanging out with exes, communicating. I mean, if you're in the same town and she dated a guy in high school or college, whatever, and you ran into him at the fucking Costco, hello, how are you, goodbye, end of story, that's it. But talking, texting, hanging out, 15 years, I don't know how long this guy's known this, but she ended it. It's better than doing this. But big issue is the kid. Fine. Child's turning 18. I think he said it's a girl. Well, at this point, I'm sure it's less than a year the child's turning 18. Okay, start planning. If you need to get concrete evidence so you can show your daughter, because your daughter needs to know, but your daughter probably does know or has an idea that your mom doesn't love you anymore, fine. Talk to your lawyer, find out all your options, get ready for war. Get your war chest ready, prepare to split up assets, and go. Any money you have in joint accounts so she can have access to your money, move that around, etc., and let her grow up with this guy. And I guarantee you the time will come. She'll be happy to get divorced. She'll try to blame it on you, so control the narrative. And then, probably one day she'll be back begging you back because it won't work out with him. That's usually how it goes. So, gentlemen, there you go. Now some comments, because the comments are full of all sorts of people like us. Guy says here, just divorce your serial cheating wayward wife already and let her go be with her boyfriend. They deserve each other. Don't wait for your child to turn 18. That might affect them thinking it has something to do with them. I recommend DNA testing your child to verify that she's yours biologically. Since the wayward has been cheating your entire relationship, it's not out of the possibility. Absolutely test to see if this child is his. Can you imagine after all this time finding out it's not his? Another one says, so once your child turns 18 in a short while, they will suddenly not be affected by parents splitting up. Turning 18 isn't some magical occurrence that protects you from everything. If you leave now, it won't matter the slightest. You're just avoiding it, looking for excuses because you're too afraid, don't have the balls and self-respect to actually leave someone who's making a mockery of you and your marriage, for fuck's sake. Hey, he needs to hear this. And one more says, if your child's a teen, just go. They're old enough to understand cheating and old enough to understand that you and your wife are not happy. Guaranteed this kid knows that she's not happy and he's not happy. What's really funny is that it's near a certainty that after you cut your wife loose and she sees who the guy really is, she'll be regretful and you just need to move on. She was on her first love glasses with the way you described the guy. You only get one life to live, cut her loose, do you right your child, and move on. Yeah, he's 42. He still has years and decades in his life unless he has some medical condition. So there you go, guys. I can't make this any more clear. Don't do that. Yes, did he F up? Yes, big time. And I guarantee you, he was the nice guy she saw, that she knew was a guarantee would be a good provider, good father, would never cheat, none of that stuff, and she can go have her fun on the side. This happens all too much. So you have to always pay attention, guys. And don't throw away your life because of the kid. End of freaking story. It sounds to me like the mother probably, he would have ended it with earlier. She sounds like the type of woman that would actually just be like, nah, you can have the kid. You can have full custody. I'm going off with Chad. And the next thing you know, it turns into a big mess. But you live and you learn.